Y'all are crazy. Y'all are so crazy. Hey, Zach. Hey, Jim. I'm definitely not going to be able to say that name. So I'm just going to say B. Hey, B. RJ. What up? Zero. Oh, Stacy. Hey. Oh my God. What is this thing with the corn? I heard something about it briefly. Wait, what? Oh my God. Y'all are being ridiculous with this. I'm not even going to ask. Y'all just. Have your jokes. Have your jokes, people. Have your jokes. Hey, Flash fan. I'm great. How are you? I'm actually not gonna lie. I'm a little tired today, and I don't even know why. Oh, hey, Caboose. Brian, Deborah, Jesse, Denise. Uh-oh, here's another hard one. Serzwinski? Serzwinski? I'll just say ski. DW Sweet Tea. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, y'all are crazy. I know, I missed it. I missed it. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to go back and watch it because everybody keeps talking about that. On EDB time, Emily D. Baker. Why is she late all the time? Hey, Karen. And I was gonna be on time today, but then I was like, I should just go ahead and restart my computer. Oh man, see? Okay, why am I freezing like this? This is crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna leave and come back. This is nuts. Why was that happening? That's so annoying. I even restarted the computer, so it doesn't even make any sense. Spacey Lacey. Iowa. Okay. I don't even know what y'all are talking about. Hello. Yeah, I say no to the corn. Okay, this is really. Wait, what's that happening? Why is that happening? What? Yeah, my roadcaster was tripping out too. I do not even know what's going on. But hey, Marcus, thank you for the super chat. My day is great. I think so far it's going okay. How is yours? Oh, hey, Els. In the hospital bed still, huh? We are praying for you. Glad you are joining us. I hope we can bring you some drama and maybe a little bit of laughter, although I'm not that funny, I know. But read the chat. They're funny. I don't know, Flash fan. You're going to have to go rewatch the MG Law stream from last night, I guess, too. Ugh, at an hour and 16 minutes? Okay, I'm writing that down. I fell asleep, like, way early. I tried to stay up for that, did not happen. Oh my god, and there's MG. Hey, Liz. Well, let's hope that our stream is gonna be normal after this, and well, as uh, oh gosh. Okay. Y'all are crazy. Have y'all noticed, like, 60% of my chat is mods? I love it. Okay. Okay, okay. What were we doing? What were we doing again? Oh, you have to, like, redo your settings when you leave? That's annoying. You have to set the whole thing up again, huh? Well, darn. Okay. So we're gonna watch the I guess y'all might have watched it last night on MG, or y'all actually could have quite possibly been too busy talking about corn, so it's Otter Court. Hey, that's what I should call it. It is Otter Court. Hey, Brandon. So happy to see you. He fell off of his chair. Okay. I'm Oh, were you there? You know all about this? I am confused. Okay, y'all are ridiculous. Okay. We're going to watch this Lynette episode, you guys. Yous guys. Okay. Hey John. Hey Cynthia. I think I said hi to you already, but hi again.
I can't talk about it? No. Count how many times you can debunk Lynette's lies in this second part of her contempt of court hearing in Ohio from January 10th,
Same, Brandon.
2024.
Ms. Preston, this is your opportunity to ask Mr. Hales any questions if you have them. This is not your opportunity to present your own testimony and evidence. And again, if I did not make myself clear initially, we are not going back and retrying the civil stalking protection order that was previously issued. We are only discussing issues that have been testified to here today. So you may proceed if you have any questions for Mr. Hales.
Mr. Hales, isn't it true that what you're doing is showing edited pictures of what is the truth and not showing the truth?
No.
When I pulled into the parking lot of the sheriff's department, was there a deputy outside directing us where to go?
No.
Ordering us, but directing us, came talk to us, had a conversation with us, and did we or did we not move our vehicle to a very far away spot?
Okay, but Sharon, Madam Mayor's not even the mayor anymore, right? How's he still filing ethics complaints? What a bad job. Like, being mayor of that town would be if you can not even be mayor anymore and still have ethics complaints filed against you. That's crap. Hey, D. Oh my gosh, y'all are ridiculous. Y'all are ridiculous.
Because we had been going to park in the handicap spot, correct?
Can you please ask one single question at a time so that I can answer it appropriately?
Parking spot in the handicap spot, and we saw you, did I or did I not back up immediately to leave?
You went and parked right next to my vehicle and trailer.
Yeah.
Then I got the Levy County Sheriff.
You don't know why, but the lady that's Lynette. That's Lynette doing the questioning. That's why it's annoying. She's got a very annoying voice. Very.
And the deputies, they made you remove yourself. You did not remove yourself.
Mr. Hales, is that not a direct lie?
No.
Video evidence is unbiased. It's impartial. So it can't lie. Let's flash back and see what happened the very first day we got back into Levy County, Florida.
She's right there. This is who I have a civil protection order on. She's right there. She can't be within 500 feet of me.
Well, if she knows you're here, she needs to leave.
So I was just going to go to my vehicle. So now what do I do?
Just go up there and tell the girl that you need a deputy because the person that you have a thing with is here. And you need to go to your vehicle, but you don't.
But I can't. Okay. You have got to be kidding me.
She by herself.
The lady I have
Well, we didn't play this one yesterday. I don't even remember. The days are all like going together, but we didn't play this yesterday.
a 500-foot civil protection order on is here. I can't get to my vehicle. So I need a deputy out there. All right, I'm going to go to my vehicle. Freaking insane. I need the key.
Is that Tina?
Oh, okay.
She's at my vehicle right now.
Need an escort to wait on the escort.
Oh, he did. He played this last night, so y'all have all seen it. Then what are we gonna do? Sit here and twiddle our thumbs? Thanks, MG. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a million, man. Just kidding. Yeah, I mean, it just works out better because he has okay, y'all can disagree. Just disagree amongst yourselves. Don't bring that shit up here. Oh, you didn't play it, MG? Oh, well, I was gonna say MG has a better time slot for being able to play this because we have to like snipe it as soon as it drops, which is really rude. We were trying to get Sean to cover this, but he was dumbfounded by why they got this order in Ohio, not Florida. Any lawyerly reasoning, seeing as Ohio doesn't hold serve. What? I don't know. But when are you talking about Sean Martin from Potentially Criminal? I feel like you're never over there. Well, I also haven't been there in a long time, but when I was always in there, you were never in there, Brandon. Is that where you've been hiding? Okay.
Okay, your vehicle is the
Right there with the trailer. She's parked right next to it.
in the Jeep.
Yes, she has a 500-foot
All right, well,
civil protection order.
Stop. Wait here. Let me go ask her to move so you can get your vehicle so they can leave.
Thank you.
This is the same question my dad's been asking for like ever. It's about the jurisdiction in Ohio and then also about it being, I don't know, my dad has some weird question or argument as to why it's like not being honored in Florida. I don't remember what it was because I was just like, oh, he just wants to be disagreeable. So I probably didn't listen.
Insanity.
Did we not move our vehicle clean across the other side of the parking lot?
No.
And Mr. Hales,
Basically, Brandon.
Can you prove where, if you see us follow you from Ohio all the way to Florida? I don't watch your videos, so did I follow you from Ohio to know that you'd be there?
I don't know where you were when you showed up.
Okay. So you're not aware, Mr. Hales, that I had just left the courthouse and the state attorney's
Objection,
office?
testify, and move to strike.
Sustained. So, ma'am, you cannot testify. You will be given an opportunity to testify under oath. This is your opportunity to ask Mr. Hales questions.
Okay, so MG, I was a little distracted during that stream, so I didn't actually hear any of the questions you asked him. Definitely didn't hear the answers. What did he say that the basis for the jurisdiction was then? Because that is, if it wasn't that, then what? Just the fact that he's a resident there?
Is there somebody whispering to you?
No, I'm trying to figure out what to ask him because, ma'am, he's lying to you. He's presenting false information and I don't know how do you respond to that?
Ms.
Objection,
Preston?
move to strike.
Ms. Preston?
Maria.
Hold on. No, let me address what you just said. So this court judges credibility. That is part of my job. That is part of my role. So I judge credibility. I get to determine, do I think Mr. Hales is telling me the truth? I get to determine, do I think you are telling me the truth? So, and I make that determination after I listen to all of the testimony and all of the evidence. So that is my job to determine.
Okay.
You may ask your next question.
Mr. Hales, is there a full video of me walking into the post office?
Yes.
And does the video show that I look at Miss
George.
Yes.
in the face?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's look at the pause screenshot as Lynette looks George directly square in the eyes.
And does the video show I parked right next?
But wait, he said he did not get into federal court based on diversity jurisdiction, but he's in federal court based on diversity jurisdiction, right? I'm confused. Yeah, it has been really hard to hear her. I don't know why.
For her vehicle and that I know that her vehicle's there?
Yes.
Let's look at the videos now, realizing that Lynette literally parked right next to George's vehicle. This is a town of less than 100 people. Everybody knows what everybody drives, especially as Lynette has identified our vehicles and legal documents. She tries to intimidate. She does intimidate. And then she goes out. If you look through the window in the videos, she's talking to another member of the community, Captain Dan. She does not remove herself, which she legally must do.
She didn't hear you. I know she knows what my car looks like. Do you have anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Ask that could go in here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No rush. No rush.
Wait a second. He said, oh, Ohio just hands them out like candy? Like it's no biggie to get a restraining or a protective order? Why would he say that? Did he mean like he had a flimsy basis? Why would he say that? Why would he say that? That's crazy. Maybe y'all were talking about different things. I don't know.
George started videoing like this and then flipped it like this. So I had to splice it during the flip. That's why you see the little bit of a doink, a little bit of a pause. But it's all the same audio. I just flipped the video over. But there was another person.
I don't know what he's talking about there. I'm gonna look.
do.
She didn't hear you. I know she knows what my car looks like.
That.
Do you have anything?
Yes,
for
ma'am.
us that can go in here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No rush. No rush.
Exactly, MG.
George started videoing like this and then flipped it like this. So I had to splice it during the flip. That's why you see the little bit of a doink, a little bit of a pause.
Oh, he
But
did?
it's all the same audio.
Yeah.
I just flipped the video over. But there was another person actually in the post office filming, and you can see Lynette in the beginning of George's video looks directly at George. And then you're going to see the second video of somebody else filming in the post office, seeing where George is and directly where Lynette looked. And when Lynette went outside, her vehicle is right next to George's. She's in the middle. George's is over here. Hers is over here. And then she says, "Oh, hi," to Captain Dan. You can hear it if you're really listening.
Here?
Yes, ma'am.
No rush. No rush.
Okay.
Well, he did that.
The video also shows you do not leave the post office.
Here.
You talk to Captain Dan Shannon.
I guess I'll testify to that when I make my testimony, and I'll see the video. And then, is it not true, Mr. Hales, that when you say that you left your driveway and drove up the street, and John Cook was in the street, is it not true that Mr. Cook was on a walker with a wrapping all the way up
Hey,
to
Joe.
his crotch,
Hey, Joe.
walking down the street pulling a tape measure?
From my understanding, Mr. Cook was with a walker. I did not look at his leg.
Okay, so Mr. Cook had a walker and was walking down the street. Do you know how long John Cook had been on the street before you pulled out of your driveway?
No, I'm only aware that he should not have been on the street.
Mr. Hales, did you see him from when you pulled out and pulled onto the road? Did you see us down there in front of our house in the street before you drove down to our property?
Yes.
And is there not a driveway that you could have taken an exit onto the highway that makes it so you did not have to go in front of our house?
Civil protection order based from Ohio doesn't mean I change my lifestyle. I drive to my properties the way that I drive to my properties.
That's not what I asked. Is there another way that you could have left your property and not drove in front of our property while we were outside working on our property?
I could have left my property, drove 100 miles, not went past your property, and still got to my destination.
Mr. Hales, can you answer the question, yes or no?
Yes, there are a million different ways I could have driven.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Wait, what? I'm not contesting the panel van with free candy written on the side. What are you talking about? What panel van with free candy written on the side? Was there? Where was this? I'm just trying to identify what Jeremy has said in prior streams. Hey, Heidi. Ruth. Just cause. This is true. Oh, hey, Vicky. Thank you for the $10 super chat. She says he tried to get a PO in Florida, but they required 3 arrestable charges on her when he went to Ohio. She contacted the mayor and defamed Jeremy. That's why Ohio was able to give him a protective order. Yeah, but I think that actually isn't true about Florida. I mean, like, I know that his attorney told him that in Florida, I believe he said, but I think it ended up not being true. Like, obviously, because we see Lynette is able to get her temporary one at least, right? Okay, Ruth. Documents are read and explained on Larry's video. I think that I did see part of Larry's video this morning, and I thought he was just kind of explaining the diversity jurisdiction issue, right? Or was he also explaining the issue of jurisdiction in Ohio to begin with the original protective order?
All those things that you showed from the heart of Otter Creek, isn't that true that you have somebody that is making those for you, that are cutting and pasting and putting things together for you?
No.
To give to the court?
No.
No.
I would also add it was not the heart of Otter Creek. It was
Standing in my trash. We're not going to promote her real Facebook page, nor are we going to promote her.
Is it not true? I mean, maybe bad ones. Is it not true? I mean, because how do you even answer that, right? Is it not true? Like, why wouldn't you just say, isn't it true? But I don't know.
the new Facebook page that you created after you were
By the way.
given to civil protection order.
When did I create that page? Do you know? Are you aware?
I can easily find out. Given the time, Facebook will tell you the page creation date.
Mr. Hales, when you say I made the one post that I did get to read, that says something about brandishing a gun, have you not posted a great big a meme on your community page, a picture of John Cook sitting on a chair, and did you not post on that he was sitting there doing drugs and praying that he
No.
used a gun on you?
Exactly. Why not in Florida? Well, I think so. What I've heard him say is that when he went to go get one, that did I say jokes? I see you said jokes, McKinley. Did I say jokes or was I like not understanding a joke again? That's quite possible. But I think he said that he couldn't get it in Florida because his lawyer told him that there had to be that he had to be claiming that she had committed 2 arrestable offenses, or they're saying 3, maybe it was 3, but then later that turned out to not be true. Like his lawyer or whoever he had called about it was wrong when they told him that.
I don't have any more questions. I just can't wait to present my evidence.
All right, thank you, Mr. Heller. Anything further? No. All right. I do have
That was the joke.
a question for Mr. Hales. Hales. The Florida protection order that we discussed in Exhibit E.
I'll explain this. MG, D. Robertson was actually talking to Dave, MLS, about the 300 exhibits that he's reviewing right now. But he just tagged the wrong one.
What is the status of that?
So there have been 3 hearings thus far. There's a final hearing January 26th. Lynette Preston has she has her deposition on the 16th.
Hey, Billy Bobo's back teeth. I like your name. You are my brother's friend, huh? Hi.
John Cook has a deposition on the 17th. At the end of the second hearing, there was no temporary injunction based on lack of evidence. After that, Lynette Preston filed supplemental information stating that my lawyer in Florida bribed her with information, which then forced the judge to put a temporary injunction order. So there is a temporary injunction based on that supplemental information until the final hearing.
I object to that.
Hold on, Ms. Preston. I asked the question.
Okay.
You can give your own testimony when you give your testimony under oath. The objection is overruled. As far as sorry, I am continuing to question Mr. Hales. As far as the video from the post office, Mr. Hales, you have indicated that there is more to the video than what was shown. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. How long is the video?
It's not much longer than that. I supplied Eli with multiples because there were multiple witnesses and multiple people filming. So you see her park, you see her come in the door, she looks at George directly in the eyes, she goes to her box, she goes out, and then she goes and talks to Captain Dan Shannon. I don't know which one Eli actually presented, but from what I...
Kristen, I don't think anybody thought that, well, At least I have not seen it in this chat, but if, I do miss a lot of things, but I don't think anybody thinks that he is an offender.
Saw from the beginning, it's not the longest one.
Okay. Were you present during that incident at the post office?
No, I was here in Ohio. But I do have copies of the full video footage.
Thank you, Denise.
Mr. Hillary, follow-up questions based on what I've asked?
No.
All right. Ms. Preston, any follow-up questions to Mr. Hales solely based on what I have asked?
Oh, thank you. For
Okay. Mr. Heller, do you have any other witnesses?
Yeah, I got no rest.
Okay. So, Ms. Preston, this is your opportunity to present your testimony and evidence. Mr. Heller, can you stop screen sharing, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. Preston, this is your opportunity to present any testimony or evidence that you would like to give. If you'll raise your right hand, please, I'll swear you in. Do you swear or affirm to testify truthfully in this matter under penalty of law?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Ms. Preston, I'm going to warn you, I do not know, nor do I have any control over what may or may not happen by Florida law enforcement. I will tell you that anything you are saying here is under oath and is on the record and could potentially be used against you if there are criminal proceedings that are brought in a different court or jurisdiction. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
The judge is literally telling Lynette, you're a pathological liar. You habitually have lied in my courtroom. I know you're a liar. Everything you are saying is under oath and can and will. She's telling her he is going to use this against you in court. And we are, but we're the least of her concerns. I mean, Madam Mayor and Brett can go after her for defamation and crook. My lawyer, Mark Feather, can go after her. Her own lawyer can go after her. Individuals on YouTube can go after her. Her own family.
Oh, like he actually wait, so did he try to file or did he file? And what's the difference? Like, did he file and he was turned down? Or did he consider it and decided not to? Yeah, no, that's what I said the very first time whenever we were on MGs is they have been, I believe they've been using Chat GPT the whole time and citing to cases that don't even exist or incorrectly citing to cases.
Family. There's so many lawsuits pending that are coming down this tunnel and path for her, and the judge is literally trying to be gracious and save her. And what does Lynette do? Yes, ma'am, I do.
And you still want to proceed today and give your testimony?
Yes, I do.
You may proceed.
First, I would like to show the court. I am not being prosecuted by the state's attorney's office in any way, shape, or form. Matter of fact, we are working with them and with a detective, I can't borrow,
Bowers.
Sorry.
I'm going to caution Mr. Hales, as I did Ms. Preston.
Okay, but here's the question. If you have to have 3 arrestable offenses before you can get a protection order, I mean, 3 different arrestable offenses, then why isn't the person arrested? Right? I think they were wrong about that. I mean, I believe they told him that, but I don't think that that's...
Please do not interrupt. Ms. Preston, please proceed.
It's amazing to me how she doesn't even know the names of the detectives, the deputies, or anybody, but we do, because we've sat down and we've worked with them, going through all the information and evidence. And Bowers did nothing. Absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, he had everything dismissed. But George and I were on the phone with the detectives, the hired detectives that are looking to pursue and to have consequences come forth on Lynette and Crook. And as of this morning, they told George that everything's going to the other district. They're keeping it out of the district here in Levy County because of the corruption. And then the state will pursue. And within 4 weeks, these 2 will both be arrested.
I have to hear this. What did they tell him this time? These people are...
I did Ms. Preston. Please do not interrupt. Ms. Preston, please proceed.
It's amazing to me how she doesn't even know the names of the detectives, the deputies, or anybody, but we do, because we've sat down and we've worked with them, going through all the information and evidence. And Bowers did nothing. Absolutely nothing. As a matter of fact, he had everything dismissed. But George and I were on the phone with the detectives, the hired detectives that are looking to pursue and to have consequences come forth on Lynette and Crook. And as of this morning, they told George that everything's going to the other district. They're keeping it out of the district here in Levy County because of the corruption. And then the state will pursue. And within 4 weeks, these two will both be arrested.
We are working with them. Mr. Hales has violated the order of protection that I have 5 times and then it is listed as charged, and I can show the court that.
Objection relevance.
I'll try to make it as big as I can make it, but I don't know how to get that to show you.
So, ma'am, I am not going to admit evidence that you are showing to me on your phone. This.
12/22, he violated the order. On 12/31, he violated the order.
Lady, shut up.
On 12/31, he violated it a second time.
Hold on. I'm going to stop you. Mr. Heller had made an objection, and I did not rule on that objection. Mr. Heller, your objection was based on what?
I object on relevance. Any violations of a protection order against Mr. Hales by Ms. Preston in Florida do not go to the issue of whether or not Ms. Preston has committed contempt by violating this order here before the court. So anything that is a matter of that court and that protection order is not relevant to this.
Has nothing to do with it.
Okay, I am going to sustain that objection. I do not want to hear violations, alleged violations, or violations of Mr. Hales of any protection order from Florida. I am solely concerned with the protection order that Mr. Hales has against you, Ms. Preston, and the motion for contempt that he has filed.
Okay.
And just so we're all on the same page, she's alleging, she's saying he violated. But the state attorney said, no, Jeremy didn't. And they threw everything out. There was never or will be any charges.
As far as the John, I have a video. Am I allowed to show the video of John walking down the road and Jeremy pulling up? I actually was on the phone with an advocate from Akron, Ohio at the time, and she heard it. She heard me say, "Oh my God, he's coming up with a camera out the window," and I had to hand over. I have to go. I have to film this. So I actually filmed the whole thing, and I have the video of what happened with Mr. Hales and John Cook on the road. There's no way Mr. Cook could have left the road. Mr. Hales could have went out the other way and did not have to come in front of our house to leave his property. We had been out there 35 minutes. We had a neighbor as a witness. Tina, who sold him his property, was in the car sitting right there. And I have the video, and I would like to show that, first of all, to the court. I have the whole video of what happened. It's not very long.
Mr. Heller, I am inclined to...
Okay, Vicky, if this is true, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not true. What I'm saying is I'm confused about how Lynette has been able to get her temporary protective order against Jeremy if it's true that you have to be a victim of repeated violence, meaning at least 2 incidents of violence or stalking, with at least 1 having occurred in the previous 6 months. So does that mean that the judge has found that there have been, I mean, because the judge hasn't even heard any evidence, right? So maybe it's different for the temporary. That's possible. That is definitely possible.
Not allow the video. I have to admit I am torn. There is a part of this. Just let me talk, please.
Please.
Give me a minute.
Okay.
So I am inclined, I am torn. Part of me wants to see the video and then allow Ms. Preston the opportunity to submit that on a jump drive to the court within a certain period of time. Alternatively, I cannot permit her to show the video.
Your Honor, I actually won't object to the video. We have the same video from Mr. Hale's perspective that is going to be played in Mr. Cook's hearing, as it's more relevant there.
World's dumbest criminals. Absolutely. Literally wanting to give the same video evidence that incriminates them that we're using to incriminate them.
But I won't object if it's being played.
Fine. Ms. Preston, I am going to allow you to play that video. However, in order for the court to take it in as evidence, the court must receive that video on a jump drive or some sort of disk drive that I can take and keep it as evidence. So I will give you a deadline to do that. So with the understanding that if you do not submit that evidence to the court in a timely manner, then the court will strike it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Show the video.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I can't see it. Please put it up so I can see the whole thing, please.
I have to figure out how to start it over. We go out of it and see if that'll start it over. What do I need to do? Turn it sideways?
I couldn't see it at all. I basically could see a half of your phone. So you need to center your phone in the screen. There you go. Thank you.
Exactly, Rare Aussie, exactly.
No.
It would be
I
perfect.
need to start it again. John didn't say anything. He's talking to me.
Oh, maybe, Daryl.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Busy doing our thing. Shut up. Mr. Hales is already done. Yeah. I know, and the lady from Akron is on the phone. She's hearing all of it. He already drove him away by then. She's listening to all of it.
Just let me see the video.
The end of it.
Okay, thank you. So we will mark that as Preston Exhibit A.
That, y'all.
And ma'am, I will expect that to be submitted to the court.
Okay. See, I can't read chat and pay attention at the same time. My brain doesn't work that way. I can only do one thing at a time. Have to go back.
Literally
Alternatively, I cannot permit her to show the video.
Your Honor, I actually won't object to the video. We have the same video from Mr. Hale's perspective that is going to be played in Mr. Cook's hearing, as it's more relevant there.
world's dumbest criminals? Absolutely. Literally wanting to give the same video evidence that incriminates them that we're using to incriminate them.
But I won't object if it's being played.
Fine. Ms. Preston, I am going to allow you to play that video. However, in order for the court to take it in as evidence, the court must receive that video on a jump drive or some sort of disk drive that I can take and keep it as evidence. So I will give you a deadline to do that. So with the understanding that if you do not submit that evidence to the court in a timely manner, then the court will strike it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Show the video.
Audio Coffee, where are you? Because I really want to know about these Easter eggs. Oh, I guess I should be caught up on chat if I want to know that answer, though.
I can't see it. Please put it up so I can see the whole thing, please.
I have to figure out how to start it over. We go out of it and see if that'll start it over.
I'm going to have to order some of those Audio Coffee.
What do I need to do? Turn it sideways?
I couldn't see it at all. I basically could see a half of your phone. So you need to center your phone in the screen. There you go. Thank you.
Thank you, The Truth 7242.
No. I need to start it again.
You're all right. You're all right, Todd. John didn't say anything. He's talking to me.
Hey, Lady Law.
Oops.
Easy doing our thing. Shut up.
Mr. Hales is already gone. Yeah, yeah.
I know, and the lady from Akron is on the phone. She's hearing all of it.
He already going away by then.
She's listening to all of it.
Just let me see the video.
The end of it.
Okay, thank you. So we will mark that as Preston Exhibit A. And ma'am, I will expect that to be submitted to the court no later than January 16th.
Okay.
Proceed.
See if I have the post office video.
I know, MG, I know. He keeps saying that they were all dismissed, but online it looks like there are still 2 active ones. But I mean, it could just be that they haven't dismissed those yet. Maybe they told him on the phone that they were going to, but they are still active in the system.
Got it on here. Let's see if I do have it on here. And the post office video, ma'am, in court he said he was going to Ohio. I've never known Mr. Hales to go anywhere without her.
This is the same woman under oath that says she doesn't watch any of my videos and doesn't stalk me, but seems to know that I don't go anywhere without her. I go all kinds of places without her. Not to mention, in her federal case, she filed a motion stating that I live here and I've only been gone just a couple of days. And how does she know? Because she watches all of the videos. Perjury!
When we pulled up to the post office, in front of the post office, at the far left of the building when you're looking at it, there is a handicap spot. I pulled in the spot. John and I have been, John's leg is bad. He's just had a replacement, a knee replacement. And he was very crabby. We wanted to get in, get out. I pulled into the handicap spot. The car that was there, that I never saw her car wasn't there. John and I pulled in, I jumped out of the vehicle, went into the post office. I never even looked.
That is what that's what it
where
sounds
they
like to
were
me.
supposedly standing inside a closed door in that office. I never looked. Grabbed my nail out of the box and went directly back.
Okay, Vicky, let's see here. Thank you for the super chat. You say she's friends with the ex-mayor Meeks, yeah, Russell, rest is us, whose son and cousin are Levy council members. They're Levy, what do you call that? Commissioners. They're Levy County commissioners, right? We're sure they had something to do with it. And the victim advocate, oh yeah, and the victim advocate's son that isn't that the one that like assaulted him or something? But she filed 3 to 4 times before she got the hearing. Okay. All right. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you.
My car. I didn't stop to talk to Dan. Dan said hi. I didn't really realize who he was. John looked at me and he said, "Isn't that Diana West's car?" Which is Jeremy's employee. I said, "I don't know. All I can see is the boot of the car. I can only see the trunk. I can't see the trunk open. I can't see the car." We got in the car and we left. It was totally a fluke incident. I would never have went in there, and I know that she was in there. Because we are doing everything we can not to violate any orders and not to be anywhere near them.
Yeah, like showing up to a town hall meeting, violating the order for an hour and a half, parking your vehicle right by the door, blocking the way, and
Thank you, Lady Law, for the super sticker.
And the list can go on and on and on.
Yeah, I need like
that
3
are
more subs,
afraid
I think.
of the Hales.
3K.
His fans have escalated and escalated and escalated. And I do have a video or a picture when he says about the brandishing of a gun and that whole statement from that. I have pictures on what Mr. Hales had posted that made me say that. The only thing that I do sometimes on the Heart of Otter Creek is defend myself to his fans, because the fans are as dangerous as he is. So,
I'm going to keep interacting with them.
that he showed are not on my Heart of Otter Creek. Those are things that he as a man
Hi, Debbie.
that bits and pieces, puts together, copies and pastes things, and alleges that I did them, and I did not. He's done the same thing to the sheriff's department in Levy County.
Yeah, see
And
everybody.
they are defending us.
It's
We're
jetting.
working with State's Attorney, Mr. Owens, and he is helping us. He has guided us to get with Detective, I think it's Burrow.
Stars.
I think that's his name. I'm not sure of the pronunciation of it. But we are waiting on a meeting with him right now to help us. They are looking at an aggravated stalking charge on Mr. Hales.
Objection, move to strike.
Sustained. They are looking at an aggravated.
Objection, move to strike.
On him.
Hold on,
Hey,
Ms. Preston, I have sustained because you were telling me what somebody else told you. If you want that person to testify to that, that person needs to be here in court. Please proceed. Hold on 1 second, actually.
Y'all are crazy.
I am opening up the door to this hearing room to hopefully allow some more air in.
It's getting hot in there.
No. Okay, yeah, thank you. All right, thank you. We are opening up some doors. We not only have had technology issues today, but clearly we are having some heating and cooling issues as well. Ms. Preston, proceed.
Mr. Hales continues to say that there is, he said there's not a TPO. There is in fact a TPO. Still, right now, they, but I want to be able to show you.
Hey, 2 awesome dogs.
If I have to find it, there is so many. Part of anything that I've said is in reference to these are the things that are being posted about us by Mr. Hales.
Okay, I
I'm
cannot.
going to object to that, Your Honor.
Yeah, I cannot see what you are trying to show me, and
It's Mr. Cook standing next to our tin fence, dressed up like a pig. And these are all of the memes that are put on Mr. Hales' page every day about us. So if he's so.
These are all the memes. The memes. These are all the memes that are put on his page.
Terrified of us, then why in the world does he continue daily to post these horrible things about us, pictures of us? Here's one that says that he hired a private investigator to follow Dawn and I. He's submitting information about it. That's another thing that has been done against us.
okay,
I'm going
ma'am.
to object to that as well, Your Honor.
Hold on.
This has nothing to do with her defending her violations of the Ohio Protective Order. Why is she allowed to ramble on about this? It's crazy.
Sustained. So I did allow the video because it was relevant to the motion for contempt that Mr. Hales had filed with this court. But I am not going to allow the submission of the additional evidence that is not relevant to this proceeding.
I have the video of the post office incident. If you
to it if I'm allowed to play it.
You may play it. I will give you this.
Including her call.
I will give you the same opportunity to play that video because it is relevant to this proceeding. You must submit that as Preston Exhibit B to the court no later than January 16th. Go.
Let's see.
Also posted online. It goes on and on and on. And such. Ohio, particularly for occupants in Ohio, because Ohio has jurisdiction over everything that they've been doing. You know we're in Portland, in Florida as well.
Hold on. So you're not showing me a video from the post office. That was a
From his channel.
Hold on. What you just showed me was a video, apparently, that Mr. Hales posted, correct?
I know, you're just as shocked as the judge. Lynette is literally showing my videos, showing her breaking the law to the court judge, thinking that somehow she's going to be declared innocent by that? How stupid can you be?
It's his own video, but it's not doggone it. Now my phone's bringing up some crazy crap.
Okay.
Yeah. Why does she even have his video on her phone?
So the video,
But it's to get, he shows it here in a minute. Let me try and see if I can. He's gonna show us, but he has to show his bird first, and then he shows the video.
Okay,
I'm gonna object to this now.
Sustained. Move on.
Stop. That means stop playing it, Lynette.
Sustained. Move on. I'm not just going to sit and watch whatever it is that you're trying to show me. So you may continue making your statements. Please stop showing the video. Ma'am?
That's it. It's right here now.
Oh my God, she's not going to stop. Is she?
See, I never looked. So the video itself, and you'll see once I send it to you, and you can see it. Not once did I look left to do that door where Miss Curl was.
Hold on. Let me be clear. You did not show me a video that you took from the post office that was different than the video that Mr. Hales admitted as evidence.
This is going to be edited. Mine is not.
Okay, but
Okay, you know what we're doing? We're speeding this up because I ain't got all day, okay? I need to go play with my child here in a minute. We're going to move it to 1.5. I'm sure we will still be able to figure out what they're saying.
the only thing you showed me right now was Mr. Hales' post. Hold on. Let me finish. The only thing you showed me right now was Mr. Hales' live stream or post or whatever it was, which included a video. That is the only thing that you can show me to submit as evidence. So you can submit that video that you just showed me if you want that to be considered your Exhibit B. Do not send me anything else unless you have shown it to us all here in court right now. Am I clear? Fine.
Yes.
Move on.
So the meeting up with him at the sheriff's department, we had been at the courtroom. We had just left the courthouse the day that we ran into them at the sheriff's department. As we drove in, and I went to park into the handicap parking spot, I think him and her walked out. Instantly, John and I said, uh-oh, that's not good. We backed out. We had just been at the inside the courtroom to the court. Then we spent an hour at the state's attorney's office. Then I went and grabbed french fries for my daughter, and we drove over because Mr. Hales had alleged that I had made a conversation with some woman that I've never heard of at a battered women's shelter, and that in this conversation, which was
I'm objecting to hearsay at this point.
conversation.
Sustain.
Move along.
No.
So I can't defend myself, tell you what
Oh.
happened.
You cannot tell me what somebody else told you. That is hearsay.
Okay. Mr. Hales made a report at the police department that I had in this conversation called George a dirty name and called him a dirty name. I was talking to the deputy, a deputy at the sheriff's department. He said, bring your phone over to me. I want to see what you're talking about. And you come over and show it to me. And I said, absolutely. So we left the courthouse, clerk of courts, and we went over to the sheriff's department to show the deputy my phone to show that that did not come from my phone. It was created. It was not mine. I never did. Never made that. Don't even know.
Oh my God, she's so stupid, man. She's really making me mad. She went over to show the sheriff that it never came off of her phone because she would be able to show the sheriff her phone and the sheriff would know anything that's ever been on her phone ever in the history of ever. You stupid dumbass.
At the Battered Women's Shelter. I've never gotten any money from anybody at Battered Women's Shelter. It was fake. So I drove over there to show the deputy. They came out the door.
They who?
And I backed. Jeremy and George walked out the door, filming. Okay. I backed out of the parking spot, in the handicap spot, and the deputy came out to us, a really nice deputy, and he said, could you do me a favor and park over to the left, not to the right where Mr. Hales and his trailer was. I was never parked by their trailer, ever. The deputy would not allow them. I pulled all the way out to the right. He told me that they were leaving soon and that he would be right back with me if I would just get done. So we sat in the space that the deputy told me to sit in. We finished eating our lunch. They did their thing. The deputy came back out and came out and watched the video that I had to show him and watched what we had to say and did his thing and we left. We never knew that they were going to be there and we did not park by their vehicle. We followed the directions of the Levy County deputies that came outside and we moved over to the right. No one came out and said, you can't be here, you have to leave. That is not true. That is a blatant lie. So we did not. We have followed this to a T because of my own order. I'm not going to do something that is going to end my own protected order when we're terrified of this man and his fans.
God,
We have been threatened with AK-47s. We have been threatened with...
Objection moved strike.
Okay, hold on. Stop. Sustained. There was no indication. I don't know who you were talking about. You say we were threatened. You need to indicate who. And keeping in mind that I am going to sustain another objection unless what you're testifying to has something to do with Mr. Hale's motion for contempt that he has filed.
Yes. In my court proceeding, while we were in court with Judge DeComassis, I had showed the judge a paper which I have here. If you want
to object to this for the same relevance.
Sustained. I do not find that the court proceedings with the protection order that you have filed against Mr. Hales in Florida is relevant to these proceedings here today.
It is because he says that the temporary order was given to him for, if you could please refresh my memory, Judge, why did he say the TPO was given? Because,
Okay, ma'am, I do not find that is relevant, A. B, it is not my responsibility to refresh your recollection on testimony that was given.
that I got the TPO because his lawyer...
Objection here. Okay.
In fact, Mr. Feathers did.
Okay.
Offer me a settlement.
Ms. Preston?
Gave the TPO because I played a video to the court where Mr. Hales clearly said on the video, which I have, and I'll play for you, that his family was going to stand across the street from my house with AK-47s pointed at my house. It's in the court documentation.
Hi, Melanie.
And I have the video right now with me if I have to play it for you as well.
No. So, Ms. Preston, I have told you repeatedly that this court is not here to make any determinations related to any sort of protection order that you may have filed in Florida against Mr. Hales. It is very possible in the world that we live in that there could be competing protection orders, that there could be a protection order in Ohio with Mr. Hales as the protected party, and that there could be a protection order in Florida with you as the protected party. This court only cares about this protection order and about this motion for contempt. So please do not talk about the Florida case unless for some reason, somehow, it is directly relevant to this motion for contempt that has been filed.
Isn't it relevant since Mr. Hales said that the TPO was given for a certain reason, and I'm trying to show you that that is not true, that it was given for another reason?
Honestly, I don't care what Mr. Hales thinks the reason is that the protection order was given. I don't care what you think the reason is for the protection order. Okay. The only thing that I would care about in the question that I asked was, what is the status of the protection order? I care about what Mr. Hales said was that the protection order was granted. That's all I care about. So move on.
So, next thing is, He says that those writings came from the Heart of Otter Creek. I would like to show you my Heart of Otter Creek is for me to express Christian things into the community, and it is also to at times defend myself if we're having a problem with a lot of hate mail or a lot of people threatening my daughter because there are several hate groups. And the things that they're saying to do are horrendous. So he showed the one where it says a lie is a lie. That wasn't random. That was from my ex-husband. I wrote that because of something that John and I were dealing with, not Mr. Hales. Well, that had nothing to do with him. But the rest of that writing never came from the group, and I'm willing right now to open it up. I allow no comments, none. Nobody can comment. Nobody. On anything I post on the Heart of Otter Creek. Nobody. But me. They can't comment on it. They can't make a statement about it. Nothing. And I have not put anything about the case on there. So I'm trying to show you that what you're seeing, they're not real. They're created. And I'm willing to open up the heart and go one by one. There's not very many things on it. And show you that not one of those things that they're showing is there. Not one. Because if nobody can comment, how can that look? Most of the things that are posted look like comments. It don't look like what is posted on the group. The Heart of Otter Creek is not for that. Have I put on there? If a fan or Mr. Hales, he posts about us daily. So he makes a lie, and all of a sudden I'm getting 10,000 messages saying, you're a liar, you're a VIP, you need to go to jail, you're a filthy human being, your child needs taken away. I might say, I did not ever do this. I might say, I did never do that. It's wrong. It's a lie. Why do people believe things you shouldn't? Why don't you ask me? Why don't you talk to me? Why don't you get to know me?
You realize she's inviting fans of What the Hales to communicate with her. She just testified under oath that she posts, why don't you talk to me? Why don't you get to know me? And yet she's going into court saying she's scared to death of these fans. By the way, everything we're showing is things she's posted that she's then deleted, right? And by her own testimony, yet again, under oath, she's the only one. Nobody else can comment, can post, but her. Yeah, we got the receipts. We even have screenshots of her stating that she's been deleting things.
Why do you follow blindly and hurt people? And never once have I said Mr. Hale's name. Never once. And he says the same thing. I've never posted anything about him on here. And it's open. I will open it up. I have offered the Lee County Sheriff's Department my laptop, my tablets, my phones. We've offered them everything. The deputies have gone through my phone. Deputy Beecham, Under Sheriff Beecham, has gone through my phone with looking at everything in it. He's looked through everything. He said there's nothing here.
Sustained. And ma'am, I'm going to ask you to move on. I do not and will not permit you to show me a Facebook page with what is on it currently. It is up to this court to determine the credibility of the witness that testified, as well as the veracity of the exhibits that are to be admitted. So it is up to this court to determine whether I believe that those posts are real or not. So, and I will take into consideration the testimony and evidence that I have been given. So please move on.
Well, I'm just going to say this right now, man. We're terrified of this man. We don't follow him. We don't need our property. I go to the store and I go to doctor's appointments for my daughter. I have a disabled child. I'm disabled. John is disabled. And now we're prisoners. We've even gone so far as to put tins, ugly, chunky tins up around our property to stop Mr. Hales from posting about us, because every time he drives by and comes us, it is up to you. And we're not doing it. And there's no charges here against us whatsoever. But there are against you. There are
Objection against straight.
Hold on. Sustained. We've already talked about that.
The order.
Okay.
I'm not violating it because I don't want this to continue. We don't hate him. I've never stopped Mr. Hales to hear, and I have an email, but I need to know from you. I have an email that can prove that I never stopped Mr. Hales here. But she's terrified that if I don't redact her name, she will become a target of Mr. Hales. So,
ma'am, hold on. Ma'am, I had already indicated to you that we are not reopening the original protection order. So I will not see that email, so you have no concerns as to the confidentiality of that email. I do not want to see it. We are not reopening the original petition. We are here only on the motion for contempt. Does that conclude your testimony, ma'am?
I just want to say, I don't know if I touched on everything. Those posts that are supposed to be on Heart, yeah, no. They're not on Heart of Otter Creek. I would not do that because I do not want this to continue. I want to get my order so my family can go back to just being us. Mr. Hales is making money off of us. We're not monetized. We don't make any money off of these posts, these things on YouTube and on Facebook. And Mr. Hales does. He makes thousands of dollars off of what he's posting on YouTube every day.
Objection.
Hold on, sustain, move on.
I've never made any money off of Lynette Preston or John the Crook. They tried to get my money. That's why they stalked me here to Otter Creek. Now, I have spent a tremendous amount of money, which has adjusted all of my plans for the years where I've had to cut salaries and cut people because of that. $125,000 so far in legal fees with no end in sight. And if you want to help towards that, one of our fans, Debbie Vaughn, put together a GoFundMe, and we'll pin that in the pinned comments if you'd like to fight for your right as well for freedom of speech.
We did not know that she was at the post office. It was a completely innocent mishap. He said he was going to be in Ohio. They were leaving that night. I had no reason to think that they would be in the post office. It was not her car that was there. We saw Diana West's car, not her car. So Diana West is not included in your order. I did not know it was a total fluke incident about.
Zach, you're so crazy. Y'all are funny. I haven't even been paying attention because I've been over there looking at the Hey, Michael. I've been over there looking at the I don't know why clients think that, Zach. I don't know. Sometimes they do that to me too, you know? And I'm just like, hello, guys. I need to get on YouTube. I don't have time for this. Anywho. Currently, my phone is ringing. I'm sure it's a client. I was looking at the Hales cases that are in Levy County still, and I can only see one anymore that's left, like one contempt of court case, and it's the one like from after court where she claims that like the attorney laughed at her and they walked towards her and somebody was videoing
I
her.
walked out. We went to the sheriff's office because the deputy told us to.
Ma'am, we've already gone over this information. Unless you are going to give new testimony, I am going to conclude your testimony.
Then that's all I can do because we're not lawyers. We're doing the best we can.
Okay, so you are not giving me any new evidence. You are simply rehashing testimony that you have already given me. I will give you one opportunity. If there is any new or additional evidence that you have not already said that you feel you need to say.
Nothing. We're innocent of doing this. We don't want to hurt Mr. Hales.
Okay, so that.
We don't dislike him. We just want this stuff to stop.
So that concludes your testimony, correct? Okay. Mr. Heller, do you have questions for this witness?
I'll keep it very brief here. Ms. Preston, you've talked a lot about Heart of Otter Creek. Do you also have a Facebook group?
Standing in my trash. Wait, hold a second. She's disabled. He's disabled. Every animal is disabled. You know what? I'm not sure why it's called standing. It should be doing garbage angels in my trash.
No, really. That's true.
Yes, and none of that is on me.
Yep, and no one else can post there, only you. You're the one who controls that page.
Exactly. And
in addition to that, Ms. Preston, you were the sole owner and the sole person who can testify, and very specifically, which was Exhibit A, which said a lie is a lie, even if everyone believes it. The truth is the truth if nobody believes it. You admitted to posting.
Ms. Preston, wait till the question is concluded, please.
You admitted that is your posting on there.
Yes, that is.
And it just so happened you pulled into the police station, the sheriff's station, the same exact day that Mr. Hales was there. Is that correct?
Hey, Tammy.
What?
You were at the sheriff's station the same day Mr. Hales arrived there.
Totally by accident. No one.
Yes or no, you were there?
Totally by accident.
Ma'am, can you answer the question, yes or no?
Yes, we ended up there. Yeah.
And you were at the post office when Ms. Risk was there as well?
Totally again. Yes, I did, but I did not know.
Okay. And in addition to this and going to doctor's appointments, you're also running for a position on city council. Is that correct?
No, I'm not. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do that yet. All I did was put in a letter saying that I might.
So you publicly expressed interest in running for it, though?
I did not fill out the application yet. No, I did not.
Okay, but put in a letter saying you had interest in running for the position.
I did until I found out that it could interfere with my order, yes, so I did not fill out the application, no.
Nothing further.
All right, thank you. Ms. Preston, do you have any witnesses that you're calling on your behalf?
I don't, because I'm looking for a continuance.
Okay, so at this point in time, we are going to discuss exhibits. Mr. Heller, you are moving to admit the exhibits you presented, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Preston, we have discussed these exhibits. You saw them on the screen. Do you have a specific objection to any of the exhibits?
Well, yes, I can't even read Sunset. I don't have no clue what it says.
Okay, and that was exhibit F. That was exhibit F, correct?
Yes, The one that had some
Oh, hey,
decorated
Flux
stuff on it, I
Raiders.
don't even know what that says.
Okay, and I agree with you. I am going to strike that exhibit. I find that it is not readable.
We're just watching some of this chick, you know. Hey, Val. Hey, Ellie.
In any manner. Any other objections?
Metal.
Yeah, the one that says alive, alive, that was not for Mr. Hale's husband. My ex-husband and I had a lot
Hi,
of
Peter.
problems, a lot, and that was about him.
Under oath, she gave testimony that she created this page to debunk, to defend herself against the lies that I put out there against her. Wait, to my fans. She's literally telling the judge under oath that her ex-husband, John Crook, is a fan of What the Hales. He wants my nice, clean 2-inch pipe.
Okay.
That was not about Mr. Hales at all.
So the court is going. Please stop. Stop. Please stop. So at this point in time, the court is going to admit the exhibits with the exception of Exhibit F, which we have discussed is not readable. No, it's my turn to talk. So the court is going to admit the exhibits. I appreciate that Ms. Preston has an objection to the admission of Exhibit B, which is what Ms. Preston indicates was a message or a meme that she meant to send to her ex-husband. Again, as I have said repeatedly, it is this court's role to determine credibility. So the court will determine whether or not it finds that evidence to be relevant. And if I find it to be relevant, then I will include it in my order. If I find it not to be relevant, then I will state that in my order. So I will admit exhibits, I think it was A, B, C, D, E, and then.
There was one of them I objected to already though, ma'am.
Which one?
The one that he said came up of, that's made up, that those look like messenger things. You know, when you respond to a post, I don't allow responses, so those are not on, they're not on there.
Ms. Preston, I have said this before, I will say it again. It is up to the court to determine credibility. It is up to the court to determine when I am looking at evidence, whether I find that evidence to be A, relevant, and B, authentic or authenticated. So that is my job. So I appreciate that you have made that objection. That objection is overruled. I am taking into evidence the evidence that I have discussed from plaintiff. Mr. Heller, is there anything you feel you need to say based on what I've just done?
No, I will submit an affidavit with my hours spent on this matter for the contempt, should the court grant attorney's fees. We are asking for attorney's fees as a sanction in this, as I've had to spend more than 10 hours in this matter, and I'll submit that to the court as a supplementary exhibit.
Okay, you may do so. As far as defendant's exhibits, we discussed video A and video B as Preston videos. Ma'am, as we discussed during the hearing, you have the opportunity to submit those videos to the court on or before January 16th in order for the court to take those into consideration in connection with your defense of this motion for contempt. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Heller, anything you want to say on the admission of defendant's exhibits?
I object to Exhibit B, which was the video taken from the YouTube with large swaths of content that were not related to the post office incident. Our exhibit, which is our video exhibit, is the uncut footage from the post office, and I believe sufficient and not duplicative.
The court will consider all of the evidence that it has in front of it, so your objection is overruled. All right, so that concludes this hearing. The court is going to take this matter under consideration. It will issue a written decision that all parties will be served with a copy of.
Okay. And then next will be John's hearing. Ew. That is the worst, Tammy. That is the worst. Especially if you're like in the dry heaving or bile stage. Ew. So I was thinking tonight I might do this is starting to put me to sleep. This stuff. These hearings are a little boring. Especially when we're just it's because like we can only see puppets, you know? Also, court is boring. Well, this is right, Doc. This is right. But I was thinking about doing a P. Diddy stream tonight when my daughter goes to sleep. But as y'all can see, I got all tired and worn out by this woman making me all tired. So I'll probably fall asleep before then. So I'm probably not going to do it tonight, but maybe I will. So check and see. We might have a fun stream. I got a lot of P. Diddy info to go through. But if not, I guess I'll do it tomorrow sometime. Anyway, we're probably not going to do the court hearing tomorrow because, except I am going to want to know what Crook said. Oh, well, maybe I'll just put a clip up or something. Yeah, she does. She wears everyone out. Okay. Y'all can go and check it. McKinley will jump into a cornfield with us. We're having a blast. No, he didn't run. Well, I think I heard he might be in the Bahamas, maybe. But we will see. I will post it or not post it. I'll like make a stream when I get time. Okay, you guys. Otherwise, I will see y'all tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Good night. Good night. Oh, yes, of course. I don't mean like during MG's stream. Of course not. Okay, goodbye.